morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got to have a look at some new cards from what is going to be Battle Partners. And here's the thing. I was fairly sure there were going to be no reveals for Battle Partners today, because over in Japan, New Year is a very big deal. That is where everyone has a few days off from work and goes to see their family, and everything kind of shuts down for a few days. Very much like Christmas in the UK. However, we've not got card reveals from Japan. We've got card reveals in traditional Chinese from Hong Kong, Taiwan, and oh yeah, we kind of need to chat about these, because these look very, very cool. We got a new special energy, and we got ourselves a new Lycanroc. And oh my word, is this worth getting a little bit excited about. I adore this. I'm a big fan. We need to have a chat about this. And we need to start with the energy, because this is, well, how we get there. Now, according to PokeGet Info Main, this is called Spike Energy. Essentially, I don't read traditional Chinese. Can't do it. I can see a bunch of the kanji, and I can kind of get a few things, but I'm not good at this, right? But I can read Japanese, or at least in terms of Pokemon cards I can. So I've been to PokeGet Info Main, who have translated from traditional Chinese into Japanese, read their Japanese explanation, and now I think I get it. And it's actually, if let's assume it's called Spike Energy, that seems about right. It's a card we've seen before. It's Dangerous Energy, or if you prefer, it's Horror Energy. Although it's actually better than either of them, because Dangerous Energy only worked for Darkness Pokemon, Horror Energy only worked on Psychic Pokemon. This is just a catch-all. If you prefer, it's Rocky Helmet, but as an energy card. Oh, cool. Attach it to a Pokemon, and if you get damaged by an attack, even if you're knocked out, put 2 damage counters on there. Difference is, unless there's some other weird rule ability going on, whatever, Rocky Helmet is a tool, so you can only have 1 attached to your Pokemon. This you could have 4. And a Rocky Helmet, because remember that was printed in Scarlet and Violet base, was very much still in the format right now. And actually, we've got a potential 100 damage when you attack. Or that you get attacked. They attack you, they take 10 damage counters. Is that going to work all the time? Probably not, truth be told. 80 is not unreasonable though, as I'm going to explain. Is this card on its own any good? It's fine. It's not some kind of... Oh, also, I kind of put it on the screen. I haven't actually said it explicitly yet. Obviously, it provides 1 colorless energy. Like, we all know this is how special energy work, but I haven't actually explicitly said it yet, so let me explicitly say it now. It provides 1 colorless energy to the Pokemon to which it is attached. There we go. And it's kind of interesting, this card, and kind of good, because we've had this card twice, and it saw a little bit of play here and there. I saw it pop up in decks. And it was, this is an objectively better version of either of those cards. Well, no, that's not strictly true, is it? See, on the one hand, it's better because any Pokemon can use it. On the other hand, it's actually not as good because it's colorless energy. And obviously, a lot of the time, you would want it to be colored. But the fact that it's colorless means it can be used on anything. So there's arguments, I suppose, either way. But regardless, I like this. It's nice. It can be used on anything, whereas the others were specifically for one type of Pokemon. Here's the thing, though. We've got Lycanroc. And Lycanroc likes this very much indeed. Because Lycanroc has got an ability whereby when you play this card from your hand, to evolve into this Pokemon, you get to attach 2 Spike Energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Oh. Yeah. That's actually really good. Because we'll get to the attack in a minute, but the attack's a free energy attack. But it's not really a free energy attack. If you can get 2 Spike Energy in your discard pile, it's a 1 energy attack. So, and yes, you have to get them in your discard. That's annoying, I grant you. And the first Lycanroc is going to be a little bit annoying because you have to get the Spike Energy in your discard. But then after that, You just evolve up, attach the energy. There's more annoyances, like, for instance, the fact that you can't just evolve up a bunch of these on your bench, because you evolve one, you get the spike energy, but then you kind of need to wait for the spike energy to go back in the discard to evolve your second one so you can get that energy back from it. So you have to wait to evolve, you have to get the energy in your discard. These are things which are slightly annoying, I grant you. But the fact remains, this is a Pokemon that can basically get itself rolling very nicely, but it's not just getting itself rolling with energy, it's specifically with spike energy, which is wonderful, because then your opponent's taking damage when they're attacking you, which is great. As a side note, if you want to guarantee you get the energy in the discard really early, we did get an A-Spec in Surging Sparks that can help you out with this. It's Brilliant Blender. I'm not sure you want to. Really, Brilliant Blender is brilliant. Indexer specifically want like a lot of things in your discard, rather than specifically just a couple of special energy. But I'm saying if you really want to guarantee it gets in the discard quickly, Brilliant Blender will be your best friend. Otherwise, just go the more traditional route. Play stuff like, which you probably will be playing anyway, honestly. Things like Ultra Ball, things like Professor's Research. Cards that are going to naturally discard things from your hand as you go through the game. Draw into your spike energy, discard it naturally. You'll get there as the game goes along. Cool. What does the attack do? Well, the attack does 40 damage, plus 40 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That's a lot. That adds up really, really quickly. This is a really legit attack. And again, remember, you're getting the energy on yourself. You can almost kind of add 40 damage to the attack anyway, because your opponent's going to be attacking into you with spike energy attached. And this isn't a you might. You really should have spike energy attached. Like, this should be a given. The whole point of this card is that you evolve into it and take spike energy out of the discard pile. So you should have spike energy on here. So you should be able to pseudo add an extra 40 damage. That's brilliant. Here's the thing, though. You need some damage on your opponent in order to get this rolling. And there's a million different ways you can go here. I really like this with Dusclops. I don't even think you need Dusknoir here. I think Dusclops will do fine. Because Dusclops, you KO it, and I know it gives up a prize, but you KO it and you do 5 damage counters, 50 damage. Well, that means 240, assuming no other damage has been done. That's 240 with your Lycanroc. Plus the 50 you just put on there from the Dusclops is 290. That's going to KO basically everything but stage 2 EXs. But here's the really, really fun bit. You're going to have minimum 2 spike energy on. You might have even attached a third from your hand. So if your opponent attacks into you, they take 40 damage, and that 290 isn't actually 290, it's 330. 50 from Dusclops, and you got 40 base plus 5 times 40 for the 5 damage counters is 240. There's your 290. They attack into you assuming only 2 spike energy is 330. That goes basically everything. There are a couple of 340 HP Pokemon. That's the highest natural HP we've seen. There are a couple of them out there. But it kind of means that your opponent has to find something else to KO you with, or has to KO something else. But if they KO something else, they're leaving your Lycanroc with the spike energy on and not damaging you in any of that. And if they're KOing you with something else, then they've got to get something else to KO you with, and then they've still got a massively damaged Pokemon which can be finished off by another Dusclops or whatever. I love this! I think this is brilliant! You'll KO most things. But anything you don't KO, you're going to leave in range of KOing themselves when they attack you with spike energy attached. And like I say, pop a third spike energy, pop a Rocky Helmet on there. They take 60 when they attack, goes from 290 to 350, and that will then KO anything. This is super annoying. Oh, by the way, we saw the illustration rare as well. Just in case that wasn't enough, it's by Ghidorah. It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. It was on the screen at the start of the video, but I didn't call it out. Let me call it out now. It's wonderful. if you're playing this Lycanroc, you have to commit. That's important. Also, do bear in mind, Lycanroc itself is in range of Dusknoir, and Dusknoir will avoid all your spike energy, etc., because it's dropping damage counters, not being damaged by an attack. So, sorry. But if you do commit to it, and assuming there's no Dusknoir running around for your opponent, this does big damage. It doesn't have to be used with Dusclops, by the way. That was just an example. You can have something like Ting Lu, because that's another fighting Pokemon. Just whack Ting Lu up, does 30 to all of your opponent's Pokemon. You do that attack twice, and at that point, everything's going down. Like, by the time you've done it twice, they got 6 damage counters on. So you're doing 280. It's 6 plus the 40 base. That's 7 times 40. That's 280, plus the 60 you've done with Ting Lu is 340. That's everything. So, yeah. You use Ting Lu's Ground Crusher twice, and this will then KO anything. So you don't have to go Dusclops here. I'm just saying Dusclops is an example. I would personally want to go Ting Lu from Twilight Masquerade. I'm always a fan of pairing this with Unfair Stamp, because you use this, they finally KO you, 2-card hand, and then essentially Dusclops is there so that if there's anything your opponent didn't play down when Ting Lu was attacking, or anything they've managed to save from Ting Lu, well, then Dusclops will come and get them, and then you'll be able to just finish off everything. I legit love this. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. Doesn't have to be a big deck on its own. It can be a nice little tech, but you recover your spike energy, so you can use it over and over again every single turn. And you also get to do big damage with a Pokemon that is very easy to get rolling, very easy to get up with the amount of energy you need. I like this. I like it very much indeed. Feels like a good first new card of the year to talk about, even though it was a trio of cards, but shh. So there we go. That's what you need to know. Now it's over to you guys. Do you like Spike Energy? Do you like Lycanroc? Let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Dingus. I'm not being rude, that's what their name is on Patreon, who's been a supporter for a little while now and is a lovely person, or at least they very much seem to be, so shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.